Ladies and gentlemen, the worldwide interconnected computer network. We are live here on Myth Brigade, here on Twitch. Oh my goodness. On time. First stream of the year. First opportunity to stream. So that's cool. Byron? Why don't you do that Byron thing?
The Byron thing, yeah. Well, welcome, guys, to another episode of the Fall of London and our Vampire the Masquerade 5 campaign. I gotta say, I've been having a hell of a lot of fun with the system. Running 2 different campaigns with it, and I'm digging it a lot, both in the homebrew side and the regular. Big shout out to anybody who's been following the campaign. I know we've been getting, good, 30, 40 views after like a week, on it. So it would really help us a lot if you guys would hit that, just slam that, drop your fangs into that like button and subscribe and comment. We would love to have some comments. There's just not enough comments on the stream. Tell us, tell me I suck as the GM, whatever.
Dude, you could use ChatGPT. You could use ChatGPT to generate a comment there, man.
Yeah, I'd love to have some interaction. I think our players would like to hear a little bit about, like, do you like their characters? Like, what do you see coming for them? Whatever. So yeah, absolutely, please do that. It really helps us, build future content for the channel. And of course, if you want to see something on the channel, we've been talking about what we're going to be doing in 2024, and we have some openings for some ideas and stuff like that. So, reach out to us, gm@mythbrigade.com.
That's the one.
We will, we'll figure it out. So, because we like to do new stuff, so forth.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. So, with that, we'll go around the horn and get busy. You'll see we'll be minus Mr. Dan Kaplan, Max Romanoff, for a few episodes here as he took some time to deal with some personal issues that he has to deal with. And he'll be back, though. Don't worry. Max has not disrupted the game enough yet, so he will be back to cause some more shenanigans.
Somewhere, I think, all the way overseas, I feel like the hairs on the back of his neck just stood up, and he's like
scratching his ear.
Yeah, a little bit. Probably it's probably like itching his nose or something. Yeah. All right, so we'll go around the horn real quick. Mr. Brent Adams, Dr. Henry Bangier, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. I've been here we are. It's 2024.
Did you have a good New Year's?
I did. I did. I got together with a bunch of people, maybe drank a little too much, but everyone got home safe eventually.
What was your beverage of choice?
I hate to admit it, but it's Reds. The apple
Red's apple ale.
I know. It's kind of a weak choice, but
Brent's all embarrassed.
Yeah, I am. Followed by Yingling, though. I did drink
Yingling. Oh, followed by Yingling.
Like Yingling.
Yeah. Liquor before beer, you're in the clear.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, I'm not a hard alcohol drinker unless it's gonna be unless it's already that's all that's out there right now. That's all that's on the table.
I had a few gin and tonics. It wasn't bad. I paced myself a little bit. I had to drive, so I want to make sure I was good.
I had a handful of beverages.
Flavor though, because that's all gin tastes like to me is mint.
That's because you just gotta have it the right way, man. That's all. You just gotta
maybe I'll have you make it.
You have the right gin with the right tonic water at the right.
Fair.
I mean, there's you can have 5 different gin and tonics and have 5 different ones. Like, they don't taste anything like it. So, but yeah, if I'm gonna go with typical gin, I go Hendrix. Hendrix is pretty solid choice.
I've actually heard, I've heard good things on it.
That was some elderflower tonic water. You're on point. Miss Alice Mockingdale, the wonderful Tara Roy. How are you?
I am very well. Survived another year. Woo!
Survived another year. That's cool.
Hey.
Did you have any adult beverages?
I did not. I was went out to dinner with my mom and a friend of mine and her mom, and it was rainy and dark and late-ish, and I decided to be the responsible one. So I let my
Nothing
mom.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. And the lovely lady Catherine Chantel Kapustik, how are you?
I am wonderful. I'm just going to preempt your questions. I had a marvelous New Year's Eve. I had cherry rum and Diet Coke, which is my drink of choice.
Cherry rum?
Cherry rum. Oh my God, it's magnificent.
Where do you get that from? What's the cherry rum thing?
It's I don't even know. Sorry, Calico Jack makes it, so that's a really quality type there.
Jack, baby.
It tastes like cherry Coke, and so that's for me. But shout out to Darrington Press and Critical Role. I became queen by midnight. I played the and I won. So, I mean, hey, you got to be a queen by midnight. That's the best way to ring in the new year.
We played some code names and some You're an Idiot, which, is always a great one. So, pretty cool. Mr. Tyler, I know what you did on New Year's. I'm going to ask.
I had a few drinks, had a good old time. I threw up once.
Only once.
But it was a lot. It was like the size of a dog.
It was a general it was a general amount of throw up.
Was it like
for myself?
It was bad.
I was already drunk, and then I was mistakenly given some sort of shot of some whiskey or bourbon or something. Honestly, couldn't tell you what it was.
So Jason will know what it is. I'm sure, maybe even Tara too. So the one guy at the shop had a bottle of like Weller Reserve that had the gold key on the side of the bottle.
No, not familiar.
It's like okay, but yeah, it was a special like limited edition Weller. It was probably $150 bottle of bourbon.
Yeah.
I was already drunk, and it was like, oh, this is the only time you'll probably ever have this. And I'm like, yeah, sure, this is a great idea. It was.
And he was making picklebacks with it, and it was bad. It's not what you want to be hammering on top of the rum. The rum chata.
On top of the rum chata, like Fruit Loops stuff. Like, it didn't mix well, On top of, like, some pizza. I went to the bathroom.
I'm getting a little nauseous just thinking of hearing about it.
Just a little.
I'm excited about Chaosium Con. Like, ooh, what's going to happen there? I mean, not the vomit. I mean, the drinking.
Oh, there'll be some vomit. There'll be some vomit.
There will be vomit, too.
Yeah.
But
He just makes a skill roll. He's just like,
Yeah.
And then I went back to hanging out.
Tyler's got a very low con.
I have a very high con.
No.
He failed his con roll on Sunday, though. Pretty badly. Yeah. All right. And then, of course, Mr. Jason Jones. I saw your picture of your gigantic dog. It's like,
man.
Your wife. Well, how the hell?
Yeah, he's a big guy. So we took Archer to Fernandina Beach. We rented a house there, and just the three of us, little small. Well, I mean, the dog takes up a lot of space, so he had a bedroom. But yeah, so we drank lots of adult beverages. Champagne. I had a Glenfiddich 18. Had a dark rye. Who was that? Dark rye. I don't remember. Anyway, so yeah, those brain cells are dead now. I survived. There was fireworks. There was a shrimp drop in Fernandina Beach.
Shrimp drop?
Yeah, I know. Don't know what it is because we were just a little late trying to find parking. But apparently they drop a shrimp instead of a ball. And they don't wait till midnight to do it. They do it at like 8, and then everybody goes home. So some sort of weird cult, I think, that bears investigation. Anyway, I'm happy to be here. COVID has left my house as well. So, yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's always good.
Yeah.
COVID has left my house as well.
COVID has hopefully not entered my house, nor will it. Yeah.
Not today.
All right. So when we last left off, I guess it's pretty safe to call you guys a coterie at this point, as a group. and you kind of began to really sense each other's powers and kind of work off of each other and stuff. I think a little better than you were in the beginning, and so you guys had basically followed the Queen's orders and brought back Valerius's ring, and Lady Catherine, while possibly, maybe crossing her fingers underneath the veil of her dress, said, "Yeah, we killed him. He dead." But
I wasn't ready for that. Thanks, Byron.
yeah, you're welcome. But yeah, so you guys basically made a deal with Valerius, got some information from him when you were able to coordinate it with the Queen's information. The address matched, although she did give you a vault code, and Valerius did not. So there's that. Whether he didn't know it, didn't tell you, who knows? You guys could figure that out later. But yeah, Dr. Henry got to be told to sit down. When grown folks were talking.
Good bad puppy.
Yep. And Lady Catherine and Alice and Father Lucius were able to kind of get things cleared up with Valerius. And you realize that, hey, explosives will really injure a 7th generation Ventrue, but maybe they're hardy. they're hardy beefs now.
I wasn't ready to stand around and keep asking questions.
Right. So I was like, he's just gonna keep healing.
If we were gonna kill him, we really shouldn't hang on and have the time to let him heal.
Yeah. But yeah, so you guys did that, and then you, of course, it was too close to you went back to the Shard, and there got the information from the Queen, and she, you saw some helicopters that she claimed with everybody that were there to, take the kindred away to safety. However, she kind of tapped you on the shoulder as she got in the elevator and let you know that the Shard didn't have a helipad, which led you to believe exactly that it was actually Operation Antigen, and the hunters had descended upon the Shard, and so no longer a safe haven at all here in London. So with that in mind, you guys managed to escape. You had the armored SUV that you now have, and that was about it. You made your way back to Nigel's place. You had a conversation with Nigel, and some kind of, I encourage anybody to watch that last episode, man. That was kind of a heartfelt thing with Nigel there. Not going to go into it too much. And then you guys decided to take a nap for the night and wake up the following evening. 2 of which you awaken tonight. Silence is in the tunnel. Lady Catherine, first to awake. You do your typical get up stretch, I guess, whatever, and make your way out into the area where Nigel is normally set up. All the computer monitors are off.
Where is Nigel? Is he out there right now?
You don't see him.
Okay. I'm going to hop online. The first thing that I've been doing is checking the stock market and seeing what's going on there. So I got to jump in with that. See how that, I can't remember all the names of things that Nigel gave us right now. I have a list written down though. And as I check through and check and see the patterns, make sure that we also have access to money if we need it.
So you roll over to the area and kind of you mess with the mouse and toggle it around, stuff like that, and the computer screens are still off. They're black.
Hmm.
The information that is normally provided is just you don't see any lights on anything.
Well, then I should check the plugs because there might be something wrong. Maybe he turned it off. I don't know. I don't remember. And so I'll futz around there and see with
Okay.
my 0 dots in technology.
I mean, you still have intelligence.
Yeah.
You know, weird thing. Let's go ahead and go with intelligence and awareness.
All right.
Oops.
What does Nigel usually wear, Byron? What kind of?
Like a Torah hoodie.
Okay, so like
Some black.
hacker clothes, basically.
Yeah, black.
Nah, not successful.
You're really not sure how it works. You're like, it gets power somehow, but you're really,
There's so many plugs down here, and I don't know what
Sure.
fits to what.
yeah.
I want to look around the place and see if I can find Nigel.
Okay. Yeah, you search for Nigel. Go ahead and give me a. We'll do wits plus. What's wits plus subterfuge? That seems good. Or wits and awareness, either one. And the rest of you are kind of waking up and making your way out into the main area. However, your normal.
Oh, that's better. Oops, I got start with subterfuge. So, but 3 out of 2.
Yeah. So you do see, you remember before Nigel wasn't here one time and he locked the door from the inside and then vanished. And you see that the door is locked from the inside again. So you have the idea that maybe Nigel has just went off somewhere.
Okay. I'm going to pop around to see if the rest are awake. But I feel a little bit peckish. So that may be something that we need to take a look at. Getting something to eat before we head and pick up the seal.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me your rouse check to see if how hungry you wake up. You're good. So you just wake up at 1 hunger.
Okay.
Don't gain any hunger. Go ahead, and the rest of you can go ahead and make a rouse check. And if you want, we'll just kind of go around here. What does Alice do when she wakes up? What does it look like when Alice is waking up? Where she found her place in the tunnel here?
Probably the most distant area. Some like corner. I'm going for the most the most stereotypical vampy kind of emo goth spot. So some dark, damp corner, and that's kind of a little bit away from everybody else. Probably a little further into the tunnel than everyone.
Father Lucius, how are you feeling? Other than a little shaky, you feel a little hungry today. You're at 3.
I hunger. Yes, I would consume some of my supply and make sure that I keep to myself until I've done so, lest I lash out. And I think there's probably a moment where the rest of the group, wherever they are, hears a bit of a temper tantrum and some things being smashed around. Sort of his lineage coming out before he's able to feed.
I like to think the camera pans over to just Tequila just sitting there like meditating. You just hear crash, crash, crash.
So brushing my hair to the reflection in the phone, like, God, angry.
Yeah, it looks like looking at your character sheet, looks like you're good for however many you want to. So are you taking 2? Going down to 1 hunger?
I'll come down to 1. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I succeeded.
Yeah, exactly.
Succeeded. Okay. Oh yeah, Rouse checks to see you're good. All right, yeah. So it looks like Dr. Henry's a little bit on the hunger side too.
A little peckish. I get up from my from one of the abandoned subway cars on the far edges of it. Get up very precisely, straighten my tie, and walk out stiff backed. As I look around, I say, "We really should get that seal as soon as possible."
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Agree.
However, I am rather hungry, and I will not be eating that swill. Well, drinking that swill. As I point over at the disgusting blood bags that Father Lucius seems to be just like gobbling down like some kind of pig.
It's a good it's a good year, Doctor.
It's cold.
Yes.
It's actually not cold. It's warm. It's I guess could be in the
You
fridge.
don't drink it cold, for God's sake. No more than you drink red wine, nearly frozen. You must warm it.
What, in that microwave machine?
It loses its bouquet.
Any man of science knows that microwaves are not good for you.
Oh,
Well, any man of God knows that cold wine is equally as bad for you. I feel wonderful just the same.
I look around. What's his face?
okay, well, Max.
Oh, yes. Where has Max gone?
Max wake up, or did Max go with Nigel?
That's a good question.
Wait, we go check his sleeping spot. His little, warren or whatever he sleeps in down here.
There's a note from Nigel. It says that he's taken Max to investigate a few things.
Oh,
Well, we didn't want them to come get the seal anyway.
Right.
Do you think that we overplayed our hand with that with Nigel trying to turn him against his sire, as we did?
I think he's already turned against his sire.
I believe you used the word "we" wrong. I believe that was you.
It was primarily
Royal
Father
we.
Lucius, if I recall.
Yeah, I don't think we had to work very hard to turn him against him. I mean, Nigel seemed pretty angry about being turned, and so I think he would be a good asset to find out information about Richard DeWord and see what we can see where we can go from here.
Well, that means our course of action is pretty apparent. We simply go attend to the vault. See.
Yeah.
See if we can garner some more of our memories.
Mm-hmm.
If possible. Then we return here and see if there's anything about DeWitt that they're able to dig up, really.
You know what? If you like, I'll call Hamish, get him over here. I really think we should. I'm really considering making him a personal attendant. And I think that way we could have him at our beck and call. We would have a driver, whatever we wanted to, have a delivery person. And, it would be helpful to have someone that can move during the daytime.
Perhaps you would have someone to sate your unholy urges of the flesh as well.
Oh, God, no. I mean, Hamish is a sweet thing, but he's also a cab driver. He's not. He's a dear little boy, but he's not a snack, and he's certainly not a meal. But he would be handy, and that's what's most important. What? Although, Father Lucius, you seem very interested in my preferences.
No, I am only interested in your immortal soul, good lady. Only that.
Do we still have those?
We are all on this journey to reclaim them, didn't you? Don't you know that? Have I not told you this? And you get the fucking sermon that you didn't want this morning.
Oh, yeah. And I just walk away. No.
Well, so for the first time, I pick up like my copy of Grey's Anatomy, and I get into an argument of science versus religion. It feels probably very familiar. Like we've done this little dance before. So like midway through, I'm like, this is my God, and then then we just pause and kind of probably look at each other for a second. It's like, oh
yeah. And I think I respond as I normally would, and you know what I'm going to say, so you almost mouth the words as I say them, sort of thing. And I'm just like, ah.
We're all winding along.
I kick a trash can. There's got to be a small trash can nearby. I just kick it.
Lady Catherine and Alice are like pantomiming behind their backs their argument.
Yeah.
Make little sock puppets for them.
Right.
I get the feeling usually Max would be here cracking some weird joke.
Yeah.
Probably
Well,
instigating.
Dear Max.
Do you play around with the computer some more?
No, I'm going to use my phone. I'm going to call Hamish, make arrangements for us to meet up with him so that we can get to the vault.
Okay. Hamish has gotten a car that is, will fit all of you. It's kind of just like a big kind of British SUV of sorts or what have you. You guys do have the armored Land Rover still, though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, do we want to keep that for us? We can also manipulate some things so that we could find money to buy ourselves a second one of these, or get someone else to finance it, and then we just take it. But still, if we'd like a second one of these for our driver, I think we can make that happen.
We need two of them?
Oh, why would we need two of them?
Seems so
I don't know.
ostentatious.
Get a backup.
We don't need a backup. This one's perfectly fine. Look at it.
This is
It
almost
works.
sturdy enough to protect the Holy Father himself.
What he said.
Not a problem. I wasn't sure if you guys would be uncomfortable having Hamish drive our car.
Well, he's suitable, as you said.
I mean,
Reliable.
I mean, he absolutely is.
you're fiending to ghoul him.
He does have a
Yes,
3.5 star rating on this this Lyft app here. He does. Sorry, Dan's not here. I had to get one joke.
Life.
I would not approve of you making him one of us, but I mean,
Oh, goodness, no.
But giving him a sample of the blood, I mean, I have no problem with that.
I mean, just like I said, a dear sweet thing that will do our bidding and be able to move during the daytime and, take care of things if we need them.
Could I just ask that this time you do this where we don't have to watch? I'm looking around in this tunnel. There's no place to go hide and do like ghouly stuff.
We'll make things happen. That's not a
So
problem.
you haven't brought Seamus to your
Like I'm not here.
Hamish. Yeah, you've been meeting him about a block away, so he's not exactly aware of where you are.
I mean, we could also find somewhere better to stay.
That would be a wonderful use of our disposable
we are far
income.
above this tunnel.
If we have enough cash to
Disposable
to-
income for a place to live sounds
Yeah.
way better than
We could buy a
these
$250,000.
Those are
cars.
considerations. We don't need that now. We have to focus on Mithras,
Yeah.
our Lord.
Yes, we can focus better on Mithras from a comfortable bed.
We can focus on Mithras from a comfortable.
How much better my focus will be when my back doesn't hurt.
We have to. It's like once we complete this, I'm sure we'll be justly rewarded. Mithras has a plan. I'm certain of
And
it.
perhaps our suffering is part of that plan, Doctor. Is that your implication? We did choose this hovel.
Yeah, yes, I believe we chose to wake up before 70 years.
It's practical because we're hunted.
Oh, there are safe
When
houses
we're
in the
not
church
hunted,
where we
when
would
we're
not be
We're
hunted.
established in proper kindred society. Then we can take those considerations into effect. However, for now, we are still somewhat pariahs. This was the logical choice.
What you say makes sense, I suppose.
This is a great stepping stone.
And you are forgetting, again, the anonymity of hotel rooms is just phenomenal. I mean, even with the, that you're able to make reservations on the computer rather than calling or doing in person, but still, a name is just a name. They can't find us really in an anonymous place. But that's besides the point. Let's go get the seal. We can talk about this on the way.
Yes.
Yes.
So the address that you have is for a small apartment building. It's somewhere on the edge of the financial district near the Mansion House tube station.
How far away is that?
That is a good question. We're going to say it's about 3 miles, but I reserve the right to be incorrect. See if I might be able to actually figure it out for you.
It's a certain amount away, and then we do the certain amount of things.
I know that spot. It's cool. Nice.
And along the way, I will continue to, chat up Hamish and find out a little bit more about him. Does he have a family? What kinds of ties does he have to the mortal world? So,
Yeah, he's divorced.
That's terrible. Oh. Divorced, no kids. Oh, you're an orphan. Oh my goodness. Oh, and your best friend just died. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah,
Well, looks like you need a friend.
All right, so Mansion House tube station is there. Yeah, it's it's probably a good little ways. Probably about 3-4 miles. So basically you're gonna go down like the main roads that lead along from the dock areas over to more of this downtown city of London style area. And that's where the Mansion House tube station is. Yep. So probably it's about a mile from the London Bridge and Tower Hall. Give you a little bit of a map, but not anything to really shake stick at. All right.
Oh, we should also ask if there was anything in the news about like a terrorist attack at the Shard or something like that. Find out what the news was. I guess we can find that out on the way back.
Yeah. You don't. Do you ask Hamish if there's any news or anything?
Yes.
He has a newspaper sitting on his seat.
It reads. How quaint.
I didn't know dogs could read.
Just ignore it. They're so base sometimes. But also, don't dogs fetch newspapers?
Or use them to clean up messes they leave behind, I suppose.
So, I'll take a look at the newspaper, or else toss the newspaper back to one of them so they can take a look through it.
I imagine she tosses it back at both of us.
There you go, friendos. Take a look at that.
All right.
I guess I'll
you
read
look
the
at
newspaper.
There is surprisingly nothing in the paper in regards to the events at the Shard.
That's honestly not surprising.
Yeah.
I'll just continue to read the newspaper.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys, the apartment building is kind of tucked away in a little area that's hard to find the entrance. You almost have to go down the small back street to find the entrance. It's pretty difficult to find, but if you hadn't known where it was, Hamish has time. So you go there, and it's a quiet little modest apartment building. You guys
Look around for the entrance.
Yeah, you find it.
Do we get any instructions, or it's just in this
You
apartment?
didn't get any instructions.
Is there any sort of is this a place that would have a doorman or something like that, or?
No, this is like just like I said, it's in a kind of a small apartment just on the outskirts of the financial district.
Okay.
Just kind of glance around, see if we can make our way inside.
Okay.
Well,
Give me a wits and awareness.
is everyone armed with,
Yes.
let's say, a handgun or something?
Difficulty
2.
I mean, I have my
7.
You do notice. You do notice a few cameras.
Oh, nice.
I'll point them out.
It looks like it would be hard to approach this place without being on camera. And they seem to be the same style of camera, like they're all together, even though some of them are actually on a building across the way.
If only we had Nigel here.
Does anybody have obfuscate or something like that? We can.
I have some talent in it, but it's not enough to manage cameras.
Yes, not to disappear from cameras. I'll activate my sense the unseen and heightened senses.
Okay.
It's passive, so we should always be running that, right?
Not necessarily all the time. When you
Big
get into a
downsides.
gunfight, having your heightened senses is not the best.
I'll do the same and see if I can sense something that
Okay.
he doesn't notice.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me.
Can I roll again, or can I take my 7 successes?
those sevens are awesome.
That's true. Yeah, your 7 successes are good. You don't sense anything. No one's been here for a minute.
I don't sense anybody.
You don't even sense any lingering thing.
It doesn't
No
look
one's-
like anyone's been here for some time. Forward we go.
Well, we're on camera now.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Okay. The door's locked.
Okay. I was gonna say, I'll at least put my scarf around my head so I can
Try to cover yourself
hide
up a little
myself.
bit.
Yeah.
Would it be
Can't-
possible to
can't
make
you
a...
not show up on camera anyway, Lady Catherine?
You know, that's
Obviously
true. I don't know
it
what kind of
doesn't happen.
cameras these are.
Is it larceny and something to pick locks?
Yeah. You can use
Larceny,
larceny or
dexterity.
subterfuge.
I don't have
I think you need the tool.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah, I need the
dexterity and
tools,
larceny,
yeah.
dexterity and subterfuge, dexterity streetwise.
Yeah, I don't have the tools anyway. That's true.
It doesn't have a card reader or nothing on it.
No, it doesn't have a card reader.
Okay, just want to make sure.
I'm gonna look for like an open window or something like that.
Definitely no open windows.
So is this just one? Is it on the street side?
Yeah, no, it's in like a back alley. The entrance
Oh,
to this
nice.
is like in a small back alley, it's like back street. Not visible very much from the street at all.
There seems to be no other entrance.
Is there some sort of little box with numbers on it?
We'll say yeah.
What was the code that Lady Catherine gave us?
Give me
It was And we all put it in.
6627.
Did you actually give that to us last time?
No, I just
Okay, good.
Okay.
Should we try that number sequence in this little box here?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Well,
I
it
guess we
certainly can't hurt.
You type it in and it opens up and there's a set of keys inside.
I mean, it could have been a bomb.
What a peculiar place to put a bomb.
I get a little bit excited and break my facade of boredom. And grab the
Crack it
keys and
open.
kind of dangle them.
Ooh.
You open the door and go in, or at least open the door.
You gotta like crack the door. I think we post up maybe on either side while someone opens the door.
Okay. Yep. You open the door, and it's just a stairwell that leads up a flight of stairs to like an upper floor.
I hold the door open and let the gentleman go first.
All right. You notice as you move into the hallway that there are more cameras here.
Well, no point being afraid now. So I'll just keep my hand on my gun inside of my suit coat and just slowly kind of walk up there like I belong there.
At the top of the stairs, there's an apartment door. It does not. There's no keyhole or anything in it. It's just a door.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna try it.
You open it. It's just a quaint little apartment. Probably 3-bedroom. It takes up the upper level of this building. Not the whole thing, but a good portion of it. It looks like the other apartments that would be up here would be accessible from another side of the building, possibly. And not this one. This is just a stairwell that leads directly up here. There's not a lot in here. You know, there's a couch and a small cooking area that looks like it's never been used. Doesn't look like this apartment's been used. It's got a good layer of dust.
What era,
over a lot of
Byron?
things.
It's an older
Yeah.
area of town. So is it what era are the appliances? Are they new? Or are they like 60s?
Probably from like, I'd say 10 years old.
Okay.
I was going to say post World War II because that's how we would recognize.
Oh no, yeah, this is like it's an updated apartment, but it's maybe like from 2000.
Okay.
Is there anything about the place that's familiar to any of us, like the location or
No.
like the pattern of coming up? No.
There is a large like vault door in the wall, like a bank vault style door in the wall of the apartment.
Well, that appears to
Well,
be
that-
what we're looking for.
Well, there we go.
And
Let's-
inside of the apartment, there are also cameras in all of the bedrooms and all of the areas, including the living and dining area and stuff. And
Probably for an
aimed at the
OnlyFans
door-
site.
aimed at the door, aimed at the vault.
It's how modern vampires make their money.
No, I could just manipulate things.
Yes,
We
show me your
should-
fang pictures.
Thanks.
Only fangs.
Let's go ahead.
That feels like another t-shirt. Only fangs.
That's what we do.
I'm quite excited to open this up. I'm gonna give it a go.
Please.
All right, yeah. You type in the code and spin the little like safe door, and it opens up. The door is thick. It's probably a good
Yes.
8 to 10 inches thick. When you open it, you can actually tell from your heightened senses that there is not a lot of air. It's kind of musty. Like the breathable air inside the vault is minimal.
Well, irrelevant
yeah.
to me.
If anybody wants to give me an intelligence and science check, maybe.
Come on, Doc.
All right, let's do it.
That's all you.
4 successes.
You realize that the oxygen in the air is probably at a very, very low level, which means that it would be fireproof.
Hmm.
Wow. That's impressive.
Ooh, messy critical.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
I got 6 successes.
So, yeah, your science takes over, and you're interested in, you're just focused for the rest of the scene. You're focused on the inner workings of this like safe door and what it would be like to take it apart as if it was you think that this vault is like the human body, the anatomy of this workings of it is just your focus.
This vault is incredibly intriguing, everyone. It's like obviously meant to withstand the sheer might of an elder, or dare I say, bombs, blow torches, everything. It's magnificent.
Henry, are you salivating? Oh,
I think.
It's.
Did you is that a puddle of drool?
It's. I'm just saying. It's truly.
It's a door.
Every individual part.
we do need to find him something to eat.
With it, Doctor.
You need some time?
Find him a woman.
Gather your senses, Doctor. It's a door.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'd love you to find me a woman. I'm starving.
Max, right?
It's quite a piece of machinery. Very impressive. You'd think that they would protect it better.
Well, we were allowed here. It's like what this door tells me is that we were meant to be here. That this is just one more step in our collective destinies.
Or one more opportunity to prove once and for all our ineptitude, I suppose.
So
how do we open it?
Vault, oh, that's it. So you typed in a thing and you
it's open.
Yeah, that's how you open. That's why, because he opened it. That's how we knew that the air inside was different.
So made up creamy shorts.
Inside inside is the walls are lined with racks and cabinets with an inventory of a variety of things. There is a stash of weaponry, anything from knives to assault rifles, with a selection of ammunition. There's a display case sitting on one of these shelves that you can clearly see has the seal in it. There is a variety of keepsakes, everything you could think of. There is a selection of Victorian evening dresses, theater programs, tickets. There is, ticket stubs from like going to shows, stuff like that. It looks like a selection of keepsakes, basically, probably from Anne. Probably from her life.
A little collection of the ages.
Mm-hmm.
Can I check like the size, like to look at the size of the dress, if that would be something that would fit Anne?
Yeah, it would.
Okay.
You're like, wow, she got fat 60 years ago.
Big girls put on some pounds. You better start feeding on keto humans. But anyway, there is a variety of 18th century books, trinkets, and documents.
Anything that looks interesting from a
cult perspective,
from a blood sorcery perspective?
So there are documents and photographs that list names of kindred. So this would be like a Masquerade breach type deal if this got out. There is also a photograph of all of you guys with Mithras in what looks to be like period costume. So you could like
get excited and draw everybody's attention to that photograph.
Is there anybody in the picture that isn't currently here other than Max and Mithras?
No. There's
I'm in the photo?
Yeah, you're in the photo.
Okay.
Does it trigger any memories for us?
Photo with my camera.
Not as of yet. So you find a couple other items. Aquila, you run across a picture of you working in Egypt at a dig site with a bunch of other archaeologists.
Ooh.
Father Lucius, you find a tin of a specialty tea that seems to be very familiar.
Oh, the old Earl Grey.
You remember drinking. It was your favorite.
Yes.
It's not made anymore.
Is there any left in there? Is it just a 10 from it?
It's a tin. Yeah, there's some in there.
Right.
A couple packs.
There's no way that tea's still good.
Yeah, it's like loose tea. It's all like just gnarly and
Powder.
Alice, you find an occult text, which seems to be very familiar, almost as if the prints on the pages and the bindings and stuff were made by your hands.
But if I pick it up and hold it, touch the pages, does that reinforce that sensation?
It does. It's familiar to you, like it's yours. Dr. Henry, you find a suitcase full of surgical tools from your student days.
It's probably enough to draw me from the door.
Yeah, enough to draw you from the door.
As I run my hand, like I opened up the case and I just run my hand lovingly over them. It's like, oh, the memories. My first autopsy.
Father Lucius, as you're looking at the tea and you smell it, I mean, it kind of smells, but you can smell the smell of it.
Yeah, it's like dry sticks, but to me, I smell it.
And you remember actually having a conversation. You have like a little flashback of you and Valerius sharing a cup of tea, talking about Richard de Word and the fact that he was Mithras' spy master.
It was Mithras' what?
I heard you say thigh master, and I'm sure that's not what you said.
Yes, spy master.
Okay.
This is spy master, absolutely. Squeeze him.
We must.
And you remember that he was quite skilled at his job of watching other kindred and keeping track of them.
As he probably is right now. I'm thinking that aloud.
Inside here, there's also a bank of computers that all of the cameras lead to here. So this could be used as like a safe room, and you could watch all the surrounding areas.
Is there a way to open the door from the inside once locked? Because I don't know that I'd want to.
Good. Yeah, there's a way to open it from the inside.
Simple, easy.
And a way of barring it.
And you said there were 3 bedrooms.
Not inside the vault.
Oh.
There's 3 bedrooms.
No. In the apartment.
Yeah.
This might not be a bad place to move.
Wait.
We're not going to be hiding from either the Queen or Valerius in here.
As Dr. Henry looks to the surgical tools, he moves the box, and a brass ring kind of falls on the floor and lands at your foot, Lady Catherine.
Okay. I'm going to pick it up and take a look at it.
So as you pick it up, a wave of emotion comes over you. And a flashback. And you remember giving it to your lover, Angelique.
Catherine, are you all right? You
Just like I do put a hand up like don't interrupt this. Did I give this to Angelique while I was still alive?
Yes.
Oh, what does Angelique look like?
What does Angelique look like? That's a damn good question. Why don't you tell me what Angelique looks like?
So Angelique is she is a woman of the upper class. However, she is a bit of a scandal because she is of mixed race. Her mother was from Barbados, and her father was a British lord. But she was raised as if she were, because she is aristocracy. And she and I were raised together, and so we became very close, and then we became very close. And I gave her this ring when we learned that she was to be married to some lordling, but we vowed eternal love even though we would be separated.
That is what you remember. And you guys find the seal.
We open it here? Or?
I mean, it's a.
I think we should not open it while we're in the safe.
Why are these things here?
And
why are these mementos of us in this vault?
I believe,
how would they have gotten this?
I believe that Anne
we left this.
Wanted us to find them. To be the only explanation. After all, this is her vault. Filled with her prized possessions. I feel like perhaps Anne actually had some fondness for us at one point. Or these are intended to manipulate us. That would be that would be the other option.
That's more likely.
In other words, they create some feelings of fondness for her.
Somebody could do like a wits and insight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Insight and wits, yeah.
Would this be detect lies also, or no? No, that's silly.
It would kind of be like detecting a lie, yeah, I guess. You get the idea, you all get the idea that these were probably items that were saved when you went into Torpor. So things that you would need to help invoke memories and stuff like that.
So they saved them for us. We gave these willingly when we went into Torpor.
Whether she knew why she had them or not is another, you know what I mean? She may not have known what she had, but they were put with other keepsakes, including the seal.
Do we have any sense that she would like us to take them, or just that they are meant to trigger some memory?
Well, they're ours, so I would like this picture, so I'll take it. Just like I'm taking the seal.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm not taking my book. I'm asking. I'm trying to anticipate what her response will be.
Yeah, you don't get anything that would tell you that if you remove these items, it would anger her. She freely gave you the key to the vault, stuff like that. So if she was concerned with you taking stuff,
right. I'm just a little paranoid, and if this is a setup.
I have every intention of taking my old surgical tools. I mean, they don't make surgical instruments like these anymore, and I will admit I'm rather fond of them. However, it's up to you if you want to leave anything behind. I wouldn't take the weapons or anything that belongs to Anne.
But you do get the idea from the vault and stuff like that. The vault is designed to be almost like a panic room.
Yeah.
So should somebody descend upon this particular location, there's a lot of camera footage and stuff like that can be viewed from inside the vault.
Are there personal items for others in here too?
Probably, but you would know who they belong to.
No, but I mean,
yeah, probably amongst the documents and stuff like that.
I'll go ahead and grab Max's items to use as leverage against him later.
Yeah, I didn't write anything down, but you could probably grab something for Max.
This must be Max's.
Yep, I'm just gonna go
Yeah,
ahead and
exactly.
I'm gonna tuck that right in the briefcase and be like, hey Max, you wanna remember something about your past?
It's almost as if it's made of jelly, but it's not. What is this thing? Sorry. Sorry, Dan.
Not sorry, Dan.
Very flexible. It looks like a sausage.
Oddly phallic.
Is this a suction cup on one end?
Oh, damn.
You say, "Oh, Dan"?
Yeah.
Oh, Dan.
Oh, Dan.
Is there any way, and I obviously wouldn't have this knowledge, but the cameras are playing live. Are there any controls that would indicate, like, sort of, forward, backward, rewind, fast forward, that would indicate a way to see who has come and gone over time?
I'd say yeah.
Ooh.
It looks like with a little bit. Let's see if you could really figure it out. You know that Nigel could figure it out.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of technology. Can I roll for it?
Yeah, but it's gonna be like 5 successes.
Oh, that's not going to
because-
happen.
Yeah,
Any
because
technology, but I got a bunch of intelligence. I don't give a shit.
yeah, I'll give you 5 successes for that.
I don't know if I can help at all since I have played around with Nigel.
idea.
Yeah, I don't have enough to.
I'll give you 4, Lady Catherine. 4 successes would be enough for you with your little bit of extra.
With her internet
player.
addiction.
Yeah.
Internet addiction.
5, huh?
No.
Damn.
Oh, come on.
Bestial fail.
Damn, 3 out of 4. That's
Did you have a bestial failure?
For fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
This is kind of a social thing, though, so it's just it irritates you. Like it's not like a really bad problem, you know what I mean?
At least
it
something like,
irritates you.
yeah, like I'm pressing buttons and I'm just, piss off this fuckwad!
Yeah, probably like
Walk
throw
away.
the keyboard across
Yeah.
the room, type shit.
I'll leave
Don't
this
do
to the
that.
rest of you.
I'm gonna roll because what the fuck? Since
Worst case scenario.
We're all sitting here poking at the keyboard.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's like
let
Zoolander,
me
but
try.
worse.
You guys don't
Click
know
on that. I'm excited to see what Alice's roll is.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about your
make the
ghoul?
screen go dark.
What about your ghoul? Or your servant?
Right
Is
now
he-
he's just a human so far.
Right now, he's just Hamish.
Yes, I know, but you could
do we
compel
want to bring
him.
you to this?
Yeah, that is a fair point. Could you not erase his memory?
I mean, I suppose I could.
Well, we have spent time on more trivial pursuits, I would say.
That is true. I will step out of the vault. I will use my phone to call Hamish and oh crap, he can't really get up into here and do all this stuff. I guess we have to go out at him or to let him in. If
You left the door
Yep,
unlocked unless you locked it behind you.
okay, I will call him and ask him to come on up. We have a little bit of a
It's a good place.
someone that might need it's something that needs his expertise.
It occurs to me that he's going to
Driver.
think we are complete fools as we ask him to manipulate this basic device with
Well,
all of
I
us in a
mean,
room as we watch.
I mean, I'm a quick learner. I believe that this is far more complicated than someone who has basic knowledge of computers. I doubt a cabbie would be able to break this if we could not.
Have you not seen the
I am
screen
totally
in his
getting-
car?
Yes.
It's
Hamish is
phenomenal.
coming up and he's gonna do this.
Well, I'm a quick
Your
learner.
hubris is impressive, Doctor.
Yes.
So
I'm-
Hamish comes up the stairwell. You can see him on the cameras coming up and everything. You get a good view. You can see like just how much it's almost impossible for anybody to approach this place without being seen on camera.
Hey, well,
I remark on
You
the
notice there are actually some
impressive.
cameras there are actually some cameras that are facing the roof and stuff like that. Also, they have night vision on them.
If
Just
he
see the
actually
bats
succeeds
flying
at
in.
this, I'm going to kill Hamish.
No, you're not.
I am. I
Are
can't.
you-
I can't stand
to be shown up by a mere mortal.
Yes, I mean
We all have much to learn, Doctor.
Keep
Oh,
your
of course.
ego in check, Doctor. This
Fine.
is not the time.
Doctor, if you would like to, why don't you take your suitcase full of your surgical penises, step out to the hall, and
And
Seamus
go fuck yourself.
can come in here. Take a look at this.
That's highly inappropriate.
I think it's inappropriate of you to threaten to kill someone that I obviously am cultivating.
Oh, but if he proves intelligent and useful, of course he must die. We can't have
That's
him wandering
exactly
about.
right, because that makes him a
But
threat.
then Ladies Catherine Crush will be ruined.
Not a crush. You don't have crushes on poodles. I mean, but no.
I don't.
Father Lucius over there. What?
I do
Hamish
as
is up there. Please.
do not lie
Why
with
don't,
animals.
why don't you all, if anyone who might find this emasculating, why don't you step out into one of the other rooms?
I'll step right out then.
Hamish is gonna
no.
step there and start mansplaining.
No, I want to observe what he does.
Okay. So do I. I want to learn how to do this, if he knows how to do this. Oh, Hamish, I thank you so much for coming up.
Oh yeah, he comes in and he's like, "This is a bit weird. Like, what? Why is there a vault up here?"
You know, it's a very strange thing. Come on in. We were
Come on into the vaults.
Come on, come on in.
Come on in.
It's a red room. Come on in.
We're looking at a security system, and some of the technology is a little beyond our skill set. We were wondering if maybe you would. Our friend who usually does this for us is not currently available, and we're hoping that you would be able to help us out a little bit.
Well, he said, let me see what I can do. I used to moonlight at the hospital for security, so possibly. And so he sits down, he starts like typing and clicking. He types on it pretty fast. He starts clicking on some different things. He's like, "Well, it looks like it holds information for about 7 days, and then it erases the hard drive, and then would restart. Doesn't look like it has any files for quite some time."
How long have we been out of Torpor?
Like a week, maybe not even.
Can we look at those to see if this vault, if this place has been accessed in the time, or else like right before we came out?
Oh yeah, it's motion activated, so it would show here if there was a particular file, but there's nothing there. So doesn't look like it's been accessed. Well, wow, it's been quite some time. Looks like the last time that it recorded anything was 2010, like about 2 years ago.
And
Can
what
we
was
see
that?
it recorded?
Are there no
yeah.
stores where you put the tapes? The closet to something somewhere nearby? You know, like the computer tapes.
Yes, some sort of filing system.
Oh no, it stores it on a box in the box, and he points at the computer at the tower. It's like it just stores it in there. It's like it's magnetic.
Would you be able to access it?
It's in the box.
Yeah, it's all
All
in there.
of that in that little box? I suppose we shouldn't be surprised. Look at what these little
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah, it just writes it over. So like if there is anything, it just copies it over after a week,
Oh, okay.
and then it would store the file if there was one.
Can we look at the 2010 ones? Or whatever?
Sure, I guess you could look at whatever you want. And he clicks on it, whatever. And it shows. It looks like maybe just people coming in and doing like maintenance work, like doing a once over, cleaning the apartment. They don't enter the vault at all. Maybe in the hallway or whatever, they like check the security system.
Wait, I thought you said there was dust all over the apartment.
There is.
That was 2 years ago.
Just 2 years ago. It's got a little dusty since then.
Okay. Why have they stopped cleaning this place, I wonder?
Perhaps inflation has driven the rates up.
How long ago did the queen take over?
You don't know that information? Are you talking about like the queen taking over and stuff in front of her? He's like, well, the queen took over probably some way it was just after World War II.
Yes.
Once her father died, then of course she became the queen.
Yes, Queen Elizabeth.
Exactly what I was talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. You didn't know who the queen was.
Yeah, obviously.
It's okay. It's okay. How is Dr. Henry behaving? Is he looking threatening at all?
Emasculated?
He's just sitting there narrowing. He just narrows his eyes, and you think that you see him slowly just slip a scalpel out of his like his coat sleeve, and then he looks at you, looking at him, eyes, and just tucks it back in.
I slide in front of him and and take a step back.
Hamish or Henry?
Henry.
Are you twerking on me or?
It would seem you're gonna grind on him at this point.
Not that kind of scene. No, I'm just although I'm very small in stature, I'm using my presence to physically move him further away.
Yeah,
he's
you're
also
right.
small in stature.
But he makes up for it with tools.
I mean,
That's why he needs all that stainless steel.
Dr. Henry, afraid of your wanton sexuality.
I'm sorry. I know you like the Snow Whites, but
Well, I don't have any wanton sexuality, but I am banking that Dr. Henry doesn't want me in his space.
No, he doesn't. So I'll just sigh and then go out with Father Lucius so that we can argue religion some more.
There you go.
Would you be able to tell us maybe when the first files were made or saved?
Yeah, possibly. Let me see here if I can access the change log. It seems to be password protected.
I don't feel like at this point we need to crack a password. Do you guys?
No.
Okay. No, that is perfectly fine. Hamish, you have been so wonderful. Thank you so much. I didn't know you were security. That's very interesting.
Well, there was a time when it kind of slowed down, and so I was moonlighting during my divorce at the hospital. It was kind of nice. They weren't too bad, but I'll make my money as a driver. I think it's my charm personally, but
I would agree. There's just something about
files.
I say, well, is anything else, or do you want me to go back out to the call?
I think that's everything else. Does anybody else have anything?
For him?
For him.
No.
Thank you, Hamish. Yeah, go ahead back out to the car. We'll be up here a little bit longer, and then just keep the meter running, and we're good for it.
Absolutely, no problem. I will go listen to the rest of the game.
Thank you. You're such a dear.
No, not a problem. You do pay me for to do stuff. Quite well, am I at? And I said, all right, I will see you in a little bit.
Thank you.
And he goes back out, goes down.
Once he leaves, I'm going to say, well, you're going to have to make him a ghoul now.
Well,
Once you show him, I mean, look at all that you've shown him.
I've shown him security tapes.
Exactly.
of men from 2 years ago.
Empty ones as well.
Yeah,
Oh, look, it's
I
the
mean,
room
he's
you
going to
just
quickly
walked
understand
through.
that he's going to believe that he's working for some sort of organized crime syndicate at a bare minimum. We need to get him completely under reins. We can't have him talking to his cab friends about this odd group of people that he met.
So
You could just string him along and feed him some false information.
we'll take care of it tonight. We needed to get the seal first. That was the most important thing. We have the seal. We found these keepsakes, which these are amazing.
I'm listening. I want to take a quick bite.
Yeah. And I think that I don't know what else we need to do here.
is there anything, and I might have missed it, but is there anything else in the vault aside? I mean, obviously we found Max, well, stuff that we assume belongs to Max. It's an awful big vault for just that and some camera equipment. Is there other stuff?
Oh no, there's all kinds of stuff, other memorabilia.
Yeah,
Things that belong to other people, she said.
Yeah, belonging
Or he said.
to others in Torpor, maybe. Or are there anything that belong to, what's the guy's name, Richard or something? I forget now.
Richard DeWard. I mean, is this a place where she keeps?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, not necessarily. I'm thinking, okay, we have the keepsakes, but is this something like? These are like, this is kind of to blackmail you in some fashion.
Oh yeah,
Right,
These
right.
are her information about all of people.
Exactly.
Miko, you're being very aggressive.
Also, here's a question: why would Queen Anne allow her people to be killed by the Inquisition?
Perhaps they
I was thinking
are
about-
no longer useful.
Were there people? Oops. Did we notice that there were people there who were, I don't know,
Yeah.
were sketchy, were questionable?
Disposable.
I think they're all questionable.
You guys could give me another insight check
That worked
Insight and
out.
intelligence.
if you would like. If you would like to.
I would like to.
Yes.
Insight and intelligence.
Yeah, we'll say insight and intelligence.
What's the difficulty we're shooting for?
Let's go through.
About 4.
3 of 3.
Oh, only 2 of 3, alas.
Okay. So let's see here. Dr. Henry and Father Lucius and would be Aquila. Looks like they all made 3. So you guys would think about the fact that if Queen Anne knew that Operation Antigen was at work, which she would have to have, because of the fact that she knew that those helicopters were not hers, that it would be very political to get rid of some opponents or something like that, like getting you to take out Valerius. Stuff like that. She could easily, if she had any knowledge of the Inquisition or Operation Antigen, she could very easily leak them information.
Influence them, yes. That's what I was thinking, that these whoever have become useless or problematic for her. It's only a matter of time before we are the same, having lied to her about the death of Valerius.
She doesn't know that yet.
Not yet, but it is only a matter of time. One does not hide things from the High Court like that.
Are there cameras in this,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
vault?
Oh yeah, it's
Talking
being
about
recorded.
this.
Yeah.
Shit.
What?
Hamish, can you come up and
Oh,
erase this,
oh,
please?
oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys laid that out pretty well.
Well, shit. Yeah, if we need to, I will call the boy back up and have him erase or like see if he can erase our conversation here.
Just make him into your pet. It's so much easier.
We could close the vault door and let you have some privacy to do that if you wish.
No, I bet she wants us to watch.
I know she does. That's
It's
disgusting.
just, it's his feeding, not mine. I
She
don't,
definitely wants us to watch.
now here's a serious question, because he is certainly not my prey type.
Yeah,
And
you just feed him your blood.
Yeah, I'm
You just feed him your
my
blood.
blood.
You're just
Be
like, yeah, just,
here, drink out of my wrist. It's not like,
yeah,
like, get down. No, not like
yeah.
that.
And then he's bloodbound to you as soon as he drinks from you.
Yes.
No, but that seems like your type.
No,
It doesn't.
no,
It
God,
doesn't.
no. Sorry, no. I prefer mine to be much more upper class. He's definitely a middle class tier. Maybe even lower middle class. Not food.
It's unsuitable, what you're saying.
Yes.
Well, he doesn't have to be
Then-
food to feed on you.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying I don't need to. Like, you're all expecting me to just like
Whatever you say.
Perfect point. Then I can kill him.
no.
Nothing to you, and I can kill him.
No.
And I think the confusion here is that we don't think that he's your type for feeding, but we think he's your type as a pet.
He is definitely my pet. I don't have sex with my pets.
I
That's the title.
I hope
Right
not.
there.
have sex with my pets.
It's disgust. I mean, it's a disgusting.
I've never wanted to agree with Father Lucius Smart. Please, God, no.
Yes.
Exactly. No.
Have him erase my misstatement. I'm not accustomed to being filmed. I typically do my business in the privacy of the confessional. For what it's worth.
Normally have.
He comes back up. He comes back up.
Yeah. Could you take care of this? And
And then we're ready to go.
yes. I don't know how, like, if there is any sort of
I don't.
like right in which we have to do this, or just hey, compel, drink, go.
Oh yeah. Well,
You want me to erase the entire file, or just a part? Just a certain like last few minutes or something.
yeah, just today.
Erase
Just
the
Just the last few minutes.
yeah.
Okay.
Won't that
So-
seem obvious when it's played back?
So I was gonna
Seem
say
obvious.
he starts to play it back, and he starts he's hearing the stuff that you guys are talking
I
about.
smack. I literally. I have a
He's like,
coughing
Let
fit.
me know. Let me know when I need to stop.
I like
he's
coughing
got,
in
like,
his ear.
this-
Yes, right there.
But the good news is he's doing it in rewind, right? So he can't hear a thing.
He has to play it
He
forward.
goes meow 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 meow.
He has to rewind it, and then like he's playing it forward to find out like where you need to start. Because you guys don't really know. You're kind of guessing.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to
We
play
don't-
it forward.
we
You have to play it
actually-
forward to hear like what your conversation was. You know what I mean?
Once we get to the place where we are,
Where he left before, where he was leaving before, where Hamish
where he
walked
was
out.
leaving before.
Yes.
That is a
Okay.
good. Actually,
That is a great point to erase forward.
no. We should have him erase it before he comes up.
So
Because
then they'll
don't
just
want-
see him walking out. That will be weird, won't it?
I'd like to have them not see him walking in.
Ah.
All pretty irrelevant to me, but
I agree.
I mean, while it seems irrelevant, they might get upset having.
Who? Well, they looking, doing my eyes like he's right there, and we're talking about them.
Hey.
Yes, from here forward, fine. Well, from the time that you came up, we don't want them to see that you were tampering with their computer. We were supposed to take on this work, and
This is our computer, not the.
should not have been.
I'm gonna assume that I shouldn't need to know who them is.
You don't.
Oh,
It is better if you don't.
It's
It's okay. I always fancy myself as being like a MI5 agent or something.
oh.
Really?
Yeah, I like James Bond. You ever see James Bond? James Bond.
Oh my goodness, yes. I
Like make the little finger gun like blows the end of it.
mhm.
This is
Well-
already getting strange, and I go over to Henry like she's not even looked him in the eye, and he's already about to drop his trousers. For God's sake!
I mean, Ian was
Are you sure we
Ian was a dear. I worked with him a little bit. I had read about him during the war, but
Up here and lay down. Oh.
Britt
Me and the
was
me
the
and
one who was definitely very interesting.
Didn't he write those in like the 60s?
Yes, good place.
Yes, but
Yeah, I was
based
gonna say.
on their stuff in World War II.
I'm in the corner with the father and the doctor, and I'm like, let her have her fun.
Yes.
I just
Somewhere around here, I have the like a whole set of the original Ian Fleming hardcovers.
My God.
My dad was really into James Bond.
My God, that's awesome.
Yep.
Okay. All right, sorry, that's neither here
I'm
nor
just gonna hang back and see how much further we're gonna dig ourselves into this little particular hole here.
I just keep on looking at Lady Catherine very disapprovingly, and I just mimic her like slitting her wrist and just.
Should we put some newspaper down for the, the drippage?
And there's one in the car.
Do I need to compel him or anything like that? How do I go about
I
it?
guess to start with, yeah, you'd have to do so. You either compel him or you can make him manipulate.
Are we gonna do
I'm
this
just
here in the vault?
This is such a weird thing to watch. Why
who
are
is
we here?
we? Alice, who are we? We are not going to do anything, I hope. Right? You're not going to.
Can we do this in the kitchen instead of in the vault? I feel it's disrespectful.
You know where the cameras
it's
are.
on camera in the kitchen.
It's
on camera in the vault.
Oh, right.
It's all on camera.
It's factual. It is.
This is,
You're on candid cam.
yeah, that's,
Have we
Yes.
heard about the concept of a webcam yet?
oh God.
Yeah, there would have, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but there's like a crowd around the monitor watching us at the Queen's place, just like, what the
Right. Right.
What the fuck are they doing?
These
We
dumbasses.
arrange things. I'm going to leave with Hamish. We're going to go down to the car. And then that way you guys can do whatever you want to do. So that way we stop talking.
Gather up our things and we'll be down in 5 minutes.
Okay, so
Yes.
he deletes the file up until right time.
Okay. And then when we're down in the car, I'll compel. We'll drink. He'll be my ghoul.
Okay.
He'll be my ghoul friend. Everything will be awesome.
You've got a girlfriend.
How
All right, there you go.
do I mark that down?
Well, I don't know. River sheet notes,
All right.
probably.
We'll gather up the papers, all the stuff about Mithras and stuff like that, the pictures of us.
There's a lot of stuff. There's probably more stuff in here than you could take. There's like boxes of like documents. and files.
I'm not intending. I don't think the intention is to rob her. Correct.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's a lot of information. You couldn't take all the
Well, no,
stuff.
but we all have smartphones, so can we take pictures of? I want to take pictures of these scrolls and
Yeah, I think we should be
Things that
taking a
you
lot of these
mentioned
documents,
earlier.
or at least
So-
take
Took
time to study
I
them.
took a picture of the picture of us with Mithras.
Okay.
as did I.
I feel like that's appropriate. At least that. The rest, I don't know.
I mean, they can
I
say,
think
like,
some of
don't-
it could be very useful in garnering us more of our
Yeah,
memories.
just take pictures of everything if we can. If you can.
So yeah, you guys can do that. You guys get pictures of everything or whatever.
What were you going to say about the papers and things that I was intending to photograph?
I was just gonna say there's a lot of. How long do you guys want to stay here? Like, take those pictures. So
No,
to sort through all the documents and stuff in here, and look, you're talking about probably a couple hours.
I was referring to the items that I had found on my initial inspection that you had mentioned. When I was asking if there was anything related to blood sorcery.
Oh yeah, I mean the book mostly. The book is pretty much the main part of that.
Okay.
While taking pictures, does any of it pertain to us, or is it all just a bunch of random?
No, there's really no information about you guys.
Is there anything Mithras related?
Just like a list of people that includes like the people that you already know of.
Yeah, that's
From
really
the-
all
from the
I'm looking
document.
for is either us or Mithras related.
Mm-hmm.
Not like looking.
Yeah, it mostly doesn't give you any new information. Just confirms information.
And then I don't give a shit about any of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of give a shit about finding things about Valerius and Queen Anne because I want to know who really killed Mithras.
And anything further on Richard DeWord or anything like that?
Yeah.
For sure. Yes.
No, there's definitely no documents on Richard DeWord.
I mean, he's the spy master. This is
He's a
his
spy
place.
master. You would assume that.
He's gonna
Well,
have anything.
you're not necessarily sure this is his place, but he may have had a hand at putting the cameras and stuff like that. You know, you're not sure.
Mhm.
You would think probably not, due to the fact that Queen Anne probably doesn't want him seeing anything. So just probably would not make sense that Richard DeWord would have access to this place. You get the feeling from this place that this is more a retreat for her, like a place that's unknown by other people.
Okay.
A safe house that maybe hasn't just been used in a long time.
Again, then interesting that she would share it with us in this fashion.
Yeah,
It implies some level of trust.
it would imply a good level of trust based off the fact that you killed Valerius.
At the same time, it feels like a trap. So
Mm-hmm.
It does. But your insight, you feel like this is a trap.
Not yet.
You guys rolled well enough to determine that.
okay.
Okay. You guys,
One last sweep. Anything stand out?
nope, just the stuff you already got. So, and you can take those items that all pertain to you.
Excellent.
Okay.
We'll say some random item for Max because I don't know what it was at this point.
It's the jelly banger.
It's a jelly banger. You touch the tip of
It's a
it.
sausage.
You touch the tip of it. It's like peanut butter jelly time.
Oh.
It's a
I
sausage.
figured it was just shaped like a jar of jelly.
It's a sausage.
The color of peanut butter.
So once you guys get to the car, you will find out that one, I have made Hamish my ghoul. Two, he has decided to become our personal driver and an attaché. And so he is going to be working solely for us.
You're going to need. I hand him a handkerchief. This will help with the drool, boy. Wipe your face off. He's got this probably glazed, ghouly, like he's just sitting in the driver's seat or whatever.
Like a
I
fresh
mean,
baked
How do
donut.
ghouls look?
Very normal.
Very normal, yeah. They just look like normal people.
You
He just can't
go home and
he
kill his
can't
wife
act
now?
against you. He can't act against you. So if he was like told to like tell where you are or something like that, he can't do it. They would have to break the blood bond.
Which isn't like an easy thing.
It takes time. It would take them like a month, but they could break it. And that's only if they had blood that was more powerful. They'd have to keep your blood away from them and put their blood in.
And the longer you continue to give him blood, the deeper the blood bond is. The longer it takes him to be unbound.
And on his first drink, he gets a dot in one of my disciplines. So I guess you can decide what that would be.
Okay.
Oh, dude, he's gonna be awesome.
Let's see what we got here. From
Hamish.
what would be good for Hamish?
Drive.
I'm a sucker. I don't have drive, which is kind of
That's not
funny.
a discipline.
I'll be right back.
Like dominate, compel.
We're gonna give him dominate.
Yes.
We'll give him one time dominate.
Gonna dominate the roadways.
Yes. Oh, and that way too, if people come around, he can dominate them.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking of.
Yay.
Like if some police officers start asking questions because he's parked out front.
Do you like watching others dominate as much as you enjoy dominating, Lady Catherine?
Depends. No. Dominating is much more fun than watching.
All right, so you guys get out of here, and so I'm assuming you probably go back to the place, or where do you go from here?
How long have we been, and what time of day is it now?
You've probably been here for a couple of hours, so it was nighttime. You just woke up, so you're looking at like 9 o'clock, so it's probably a little after midnight.
Does anyone need to feed?
Night one.
No, I could use a feed.
Yeah, somebody does. So let's talk a little bit about that. So if you guys continue to stay at Nigel's, or if you move to a new place, a hotel or whatever, let's talk about where you guys are gonna try to set up your place of haven.
We talked about getting like a penthouse hotel style.
Yeah. You did. I gather the fact that you seem like you guys all want to try to stay together in some way.
Yeah.
And not be spread out over the city.
Yeah, I feel like that's safer.
Yeah, particularly once she finds out that we've double-crossed her and comes to hunting.
And then we will
So, as your predator types, you've kind of avoided some of them a little bit for a few days and stuff like that. So, let's kind of revisit your predator types a little bit. So, Alice, you begin to feel the need to be worshipped.
Oh,
Not by an individual, but by a group. Being an
That's awesome.
being an Osiris, you have this inkling
I
to
didn't know.
finding others. And you get a good idea that there are probably other people, other pagans in the city. Maybe those who still practice some kind of occult in some way. And you think that you could be their messiah.
Head on down to Soho.
Oh my God.
So you're going to feel the need to be drawn to find a group, to find people that find you to be their Lord and Savior, for that matter.
Is there a wood around here?
There are some woods, but I mean, you're more in like city central London,
Mhm.
so you're going to have to be looking in an urban environment for something like that.
Jason.
What did you say? I don't have the chat open. What did you put?
So Hamish is actually pretty aware of everything. Or maybe we should be asking Nigel this.
I mean, we could totally ask.
You could definitely ask Hamish at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hamish is all over this.
let's Lady Catherine. Do you mind if I ask Hamish a question?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Hamish, are there others of my style that collect nearby?
Others of your style. You mean like the way you dress? Perhaps. I'm not really certain. You kind of have that. Like, if you don't forgive me for maybe saying please don't be offended, but kind of like that older goth style. Like you're a little old for it, I think, but. I mean,
Like 19.
Oh yeah, you do look 19, don't you? I forgot. Why was I thinking you looked older?
Well, we have to kill him now.
My bad. You're dying
Sorry,
now.
Lady Catherine.
That's why you got divorced. I see.
He said, "Oh yeah, I've seen, I've picked up a few cabbies, a few rides down. There's a few bars. There's a bunch of golf bands and stuff like that to play down there. You could find some people like that over there."
Byron, so I'm a priest of. Would I not have some insight as to the occult activities in London? London's an old city with old habits and old shadows and corners and centers of town where she might go to find that sort of folks.
Well, it probably has changed a little bit over the last 70 years.
Maybe, but
I would think.
Yeah, you. I don't know. So is there a role that I could?
Not that I know that.
Yeah. I'll say that there's a role that you could make to maybe have seen something while you've been out on the streets and stuff like that.
Streetwise and intelligence, maybe.
Yeah, streetwise and intelligence, maybe.
Okay, let's give that a shot. As much as anything, I want to be able to to sort of cross check what this guy's telling her. What's my target number?
We'll say 3 successes because you weren't actively looking for anything at a point.
No. Nope.
Yeah, no, unfortunately.
I wouldn't rattle off I'm thinking it's probably against his nature to rattle off any of the places that he wouldn't necessarily know of, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he mentions like some like bars and stuff like that. It's like, I could take you down there and we could look around if you want. We drive by, I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Good.
Okay.
Let's do that.
He'll make his way like driving down towards that area of town. Lady Catherine?
Yes.
So you have your own version of cocaine.
Yes. So
it's called sex because that's what numbs your pain.
All right. Not only sex, but man, sex with upper class.
Yeah.
Upper class. So,
doesn't matter how bad they are at it, as long as they're upper
brothels.
class. Yeah.
yes.
Brothels and nightclubs.
They do taste different.
Yes. And I don't know if there is necessarily a difference between, I think we talked about, I asked you this before, if there's a difference between like rich, like nouveau riche or the like .com billionaires versus old school rich.
I mean, I think the old school rich or like people maybe of, politicians,
Okay.
people that seem to be integrated into, the control of the city would definitely appeal to a venture over someone that, but I think you could kind of see it either way.
So I like men with wealth and taste.
Yeah.
I can.
Power.
Well, I say men just because of the song, but no, yes. Okay. We can also, I mean, as Hamish is dropping her off at this place, I can go out and find an exclusive place. Oh, I could find Rain.
Oh yes, Rain.
Yeah, Rain
Yeah,
could definitely play
Rain
in
would
right
have access to good. She would have access to the good stuff.
Mhm. Yep, she would be able to put you in the right direction for sure. Aquila. So you're a Montero. So a Montero means that you prefer to have others drive your prey to you.
Yeah, I like my dinner delivery.
Yeah, see,
Uber
you
Eats.
kind of get the idea that you need to find some people that can find people for you and bring them to you. So you get the feeling that you need some ghouls to do some of your work for you, to bring you your dinner.
Yeah, I like that.
Where do you think would be an idea of where you might look for those type?
I would actually look for like homeless people, like under this subset of like the maze under the city of the tunnels and stuff like that. I imagine like a trapdoor spider, lure people to the perfect location.
So the underground is going to be a big place. So that's probably not where you're going to want to look. So you're probably going to feel a little more akin to like educational people, I would think. Being that you're an academic, a learned person.
Okay.
So you also know that the underground is Richard DeWord's grounds. So putting your feeding grounds there may not necessarily be a good idea.
Oh.
I mean, no matter where I go in the city, it's somebody's grounds. So
Yeah,
for 70 years.
Yeah.
But you could definitely find some homeless people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do. Okay. So you find some homeless people, and then what type of individuals are you wanting them to bring to you? Homeless people? More homeless people?
For now.
Okay.
We'll work our way up.
And then is there a particular part of the city where you want to do your hunting? Like Tube Station, probably?
Probably around Tube Station, like the clubs area, stuff like that, where drunk people or stuff like that. People are easily lured away.
Okay. Well, you could always call them too. Well, I mean, if they're homeless people, they don't have phones.
They might.
I mean, you could give them burners, I guess.
That's true.
You could, Hamish could pick you up some burners.
Yeah.
And you could give them phones.
Yeah.
So that they drive your prey to where you want them to be.
Yeah.
Okay. That can happen.
But all of y'all who are just like, hey, let's kill Hamish, you're all using them now. So.
I never said we should kill him.
Never use Hamish.
Yeah. Father Lucius, being a bagger, you remember gathering blood bags and stuff at the hospital.
Yeah.
So you would be able to pick up a lot of contacts at the hospital.
Absolutely.
And probably go there, I would assume, to try to get a contact.
I think if possible, Byron, I would try to sway a young person into disclosing where he or she goes to church.
Okay.
Find a Catholic, and there's this sort of sidebar where they're in confessional, and I'm there, and I bring them into my sway, and I'm gonna actually enthrall one of them because I'm gonna need them for a steady supply. So I'm gonna try to essentially. I suppose that would mean I'd be turning this person into a ghoul.
You could be, yeah. So one of the times that you are kind of looking around or whatever, you follow a young lady who leaves the. You've seen her before. She was in the ER, and she was around the blood bag area that you were at. Nurse.
Yep.
And You could swear at some point she meets your gaze as she's walking from work, and she makes her way to the church that's right down the street.
So I would head in as I would, and I think, clothed as I am, I can probably slip by unnoticed, but I'm going to be kind of, surreptitious as I move, trying to be unnoticed. But I'll see where she goes. Is she going to confessional?
She goes to the church, and she goes and she kneels and prays stuff at the altar.
Mm. So I think there's this. She's praying, and there's like no noise, right? I just kind of creep.
Yeah,
up
there's
on
no
her.
noise. It's just the only thing you hear is like maybe what little bit of, for you, the noise of the candles.
Yeah.
There's like, candles flickering and stuff.
Yeah,
It's very quiet, almost an echo of nothingness, but yet your footsteps are just so quiet. You know what I mean? You've walked the rows between the pews so often in your mortal life that you just glide almost up to her.
Yeah, and there's a voice in her ear. He hears you, every word, every thought, every pang of hunger, my child.
She says, I'm sure he does. And she seems a little nervous, but your voice tends to calm her a bit. And as she turns, you see that on the left side of her cheek, she has a massive scar that kind of comes down, and it's almost like a burn that goes onto her neck and probably underneath her shirt.
What has happened to you, my child?
I was in a fire. She says, I am scarred.
What you are is more beautiful than you've ever been. You come and you kneel before him despite your hardships and your turmoil. He takes the pain away, you see? I don't see scars, I see bravery. Come, confess.
She'll follow you to the confessional.
Yeah.
As she's like I said, she kind of seems a little nervous, but she's followed you there. And as she's beginning to get into the confessional, she has like a not a purse, but like a side satchel bag.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it has like an iPad or something like that in it. It kind of knocks over and it flips open, and some papers and stuff slide out.
I take a quick glance. What kind of papers are we talking about here?
Give me a wits and awareness as she tries to scramble to kind of collect them.
Where's my character sheet? Wits and awareness. Awareness?
2 successes is what you're going to need.
Okay. Wits. 2. Let's have a bestial failure, shall we? 4 of 2.
Ooh, nice. You grab a hold of the papers, and as you pick them up, you notice that there's some handwritten instructions, kind of in an old style font.
Mm-hmm.
And paper clipped to the top of those instructions is a picture of you.
So what had happened was, with my fistful of paper, I push her back against the confessional door. What is the meaning of this? Speak now. You are out of time.
Please.
Give me a manipulation and intimidation.
Is she human?
Please.
No.
Oh, all right. Well.
Yes.
Do you have any way of telling me?
Well, I know that if I'm going to use dominate.
Okay.
Dominate, charisma, blah, blah, blah. I guess this will do it. I think I set the roll up right and roll 20, so pull size modifier. What is this? How many successes?
Brent.
Shut up, Brent.
You're going to need to dominate her.
Yeah.
It's going to be versus her. She's going to have to roll.
That didn't go well for you last time.
So she's gonna do resolve and that.
So what's my difficulty?
2.
2. Okay.
Actually, your difficulty is 1.
1.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
She rolled poorly, and you're the active character.
3 of 1.
3 of 1. She says, "I was told to watch for you."
By who?
He said that you would come.
Who is he?
Let me see, because I forgot.
I light a Marlboro light and just take your time.
Take your time. Shut up. I'll get you. Let's see here. Her name is Jane Barnes, is what it says on her name tag.
Miko, please. Please.
She says that
Yes.
she works for Richard, the Word, who dwells in the underground, and expected you to visit the blood bank.
I suppose he did. And what did he tell you to do once he found me?
And so
what did you say her name was again? Sarah?
Jane Barnes.
Jane. What did he say to do once you found me, Jane Barnes?
Well, just to build a relationship, to follow you,
Is that
or
right?
make myself available to you.
Available? In what way?
His voice changes.
To fulfill your needs from the blood bank.
What would Richard de Word want to do? Why would he want to? I don't understand. Where can I find him?
He's a difficult man to track down.
But you can find him, can't you?
He speaks through others, through informants. Sometimes homeless people. Sometimes he has agents throughout the city. We don't ever deal directly with him. There are layers like an onion.
Mm. So I reach into her purse, as I've got it kind of pinned. I'm going to find her ID card.
She has one.
I'll be keeping this. You can file for a replacement, but know that I will find you where you live.
She says you can find me at the hospital.
You truly work. I don't understand. He reached out to you. You work at the hospital? Truly. Where you funnel bags into his business or something?
For others. I'll be right back. I got it.
I need to pee.
The Lasix kicked
I
in.
can't believe I'm
Awful
saying
hard.
this. Yeah, I've got to speak.
All right. So, is each of these places, is Richard going to have tabs on every single freaking one of us?
Yeah, dude.
I think so.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Father Lucius presses her up against the confessional.
Yeah.
Into her eyes. She's like, no.
Her shawl
Yeah.
slips,
Oh no! Look at my
revealing a bit of
scar.
shoulder.
Her eyes.
I'll forgive your sin.
Revealing more and more of her scar.
You're going to have to say several Our Fathers
Yes. And
on your knees.
Of the glory of God.
I should have been a Baptist minister. That would have been more fun.
Sorry about that. All right. So you got a confession out of her. Just
Don't mind us.
than you thought.
So I would I think, is there anything else to see in these papers? Just
No, it's like handwritten things
Yeah.
that just say to watch you to make sure that you have access to the bags of blood at the hospital,
yeah.
and that you will most likely come there.
Okay. So I would return her belongings to her. You'll forgive my my outrage, my dear. You caught me a bit off guard, I'm afraid. I suppose we will be speaking soon. Uh-oh. What happened?
Yes, I would assume. She gives you her phone number.
We got some move arounds going on over here.
Got some digits.
Yeah, I got kicked briefly. And
Oh, you did?
Brenternet. It's been a while since we had a Brenternet
Internet
episode.
strikes
Yeah, it's been a
again.
while.
Ooh-wee.
Alice, you've changed your hair.
Well, you know.
There we go. Sorry. It happens. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, so I don't have a cell phone. Oh, yes, I do. I have this. I call the coterie. I've got it saved as coterie peeps or whatever. I call them on my way back and explain.
Save it as the Avengers.
Yeah. So you have her number, so you have access to the blood bank through her.
Okay. Yep. And I would call and let the team know.
And
call
she
Dr.
she actually has 2 blood bags in her bag that
Great.
she had taken for you already.
So I would know, I suppose.
Okay, you
Or
go.
maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. Would I know the consequences of drinking blood from another vampire out of a bag? Would I be able to sense that?
You can't drink it out of a bag.
Okay, so he's not like low key.
He has to feed you directly from himself.
Yeah, that's not happening.
If he was trying to blood bond you or something,
He's not in the
Yeah,
car.
it wouldn't work.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. No, it has to be direct from the source.
Okay.
Can't third party somebody like that.
So yeah, I would head back.
It would take a thaumaturgic. It would take a blood sorcery ritual. So like, you know what I mean? Like Alice might
Get
be
one
able
of
to
those.
perform something that would.
Mhm.
So, but
I would head back and let them know I'm scattered. In that, what can I tell from the picture of me when it was taken? Like what circumstances? What were the surroundings in the picture? It was just a headshot. Like,
just kind of a headshot.
am I wearing what I'm wearing now? I'm assuming.
Do we know where the picture was taken?
Is his hair the same?
Right about here. Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
It looks like a very good quality photo that was, taken from probably a camera or something. Like your face is not directly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like what you'd see like on a police camera, only really, really good quality, like it's been touched up.
Okay. Okay. How was my hair in that picture? Pretty good.
It was a little messy.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just kind of walk in and drop this and Tangier is sitting at a table having a Coke or whatever he's doing. I just like drop this thing down. We are being watched by Richard DeWord. Apparently he's some sort of criminal kingpin in the tubes.
Well, it was bound to happen someday. We were going to have to meet Richard at some point.
But the trouble is, it's going to be difficult for us to get the upper hand on him. Apparently, he's got a network of eyes all over the city. He had this picture of me and handwritten instructions. It was a young woman who I was attempting to sway into helping me acquire my meals. He knew where I would be. It's as if he planned it that way.
If he knew your predator type.
It's as if he'd looked at my character sheet, by God.
That would actually explain too. Yeah.
Well, that only means that we need to, at the very least, try to speak.
Start taking precautions
Well,
about being followed.
And of course, Dr. Henry, we didn't really go over
yeah.
very much. So you're a Sandman, so you prefer your victims to be asleep.
yes, I do.
Oh, you're that kind of weirdo.
Ew.
That was almost gross. I can't wait to hear this.
Ew.
It's more peaceful that way.
So drinking from the bags has been quite
Miserable.
miserable.
Hmm.
So where would you look for people that you could find that would be asleep?
Well,
Could also, like Aquila, search for like homeless people and stuff on the street.
that's so droll and they're dirty.
Let's
No,
see.
Typically my approach to managing my particular needs was that as a medical professional, I would simply throughout my nightly duties, I would go ahead and partake sometimes a little bit too much. But, they were probably going to die anyway. So there's not really a problem there. As it is, well, here I am bereft of a medical license. It's going to take some time to correct that particular problem. I need to get back up to date with current events. So my plan is to go ahead and get a job working nights at a nursing home.
Jesus Christ.
Get fired pretty fast for not showing up.
Well, that's true, but it'll be a while before I would be technically, before they would figure out what my particular plan was. Just maybe a night janitor if I can find the job.
Give me a charisma something check. Let's see.
Because he's like on monster.com or Indeed or something like.
Yeah. Let's do. I'm assuming you're looking in person. Is
No, I'm actually. I would say by now I might have learned a little bit about computers, but that's up to you.
I don't
You know
if
who
have
could
enough
have
to,
taught you that?
Do some online applications. And stuff and be able to go.
You know who might know how to job search online? How to use Craigslist or Yahoo ads? Yahoo jobs?
Max.
Max, yeah. The Google.
Max is the Google.
What were you suggesting? Was it persuasion?
Yeah. If you're looking in person, probably trying to find a place that's close to wherever you're gonna stay. So I would say charisma and
work.
I don't know, charisma and medicine.
Brent, how old is Henry? Apparently.
He looks like he's in his late 30s, although probably a little bit older. He's not a very attractive man.
Oh, we know that part.
Maybe like one of those nurses that like changes things.
So we'll say charisma and medicine.
Wow.
Wow, that's a lot of dots.
Brutal.
They try to set you up with an interview at like 9 a.m.
I keep telling them that I can't. I have.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. This is the only time that we do interviews today.
Tuesdays at 9 a.m.
Tuesdays at 9 a.m. is all we got.
All right, vagrants and the homeless. It is. I go. I give up until I get my medical license.
You should go to a sleep apnea clinic. There's.
You see, doctor, this is why I started at homeless, and then I'm going to move to academics.
Right.
I have to have a nice foundation before I start taking the intelligent.
All right.
Sad.
So you, in your attempt to then make your way to like one of the tube stations after being thoroughly unhappy with your conversation with the lady at the nursing facility, you see a gentleman on the side of he's kind of huddled up against the building in one of the sewer vents where steam and stuff is coming out. His tattoos, he has a lot of tattoos on his face and stuff. Kind of a hoodie covering part of him. And it looks like somebody has thoroughly beaten him.
Oh.
Like his face is all swollen, black eye, his hand is bandaged. It definitely looks like someone who has been injured. Probably like getting jumped or something like that.
Oh, I will approach him. I'll be like, and I'll just be like, so it appears that you've been injured, my friend.
Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. Don't worry about me, sir.
No, don't worry. I'm a doctor. Let me take a look at it. I can at least tell if there's anything broken.
it's okay. I'll go to a clinic maybe. And he kind of tries to get up, but you can see his like ankle is like thoroughly injured.
So I just gently put my hand on his shoulder. I'm like here.
You push him up against the brick wall.
Essentially caress his chest hair.
He looks like the type. I'll be like, let me give you something for the pain.
I appreciate that.
I'll reach in. I'll pull out. I'll pull out a little syringe.
Some meth.
Some morphine.
Yeah.
It is morphine, basically.
The shit you stole from the hospital.
Yes, and I'll be like, have you ever used this before?
Maybe.
Medical grade cocaine.
He calls it the Cosby cocktail. Here we go. There you go.
So I'll go ahead and I will go ahead and administer a dose.
Okay.
And,
enough to put him to sleep.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just I'm gonna watch him as he nods out for a while, just observing the many. How would I put this? The many intricacies of his process of falling asleep, just like the old days.
Yep. So slowly in the background, as the camera shows you, like kind of watching him and his chest, like breathing up and down, you can hear the police, like every breath you take, playing in the background.
And because that HR person scheduled my appointment at 9, I am going to go ahead and kill him. Drain him.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah. Out of frustration, and I'm gonna just be like, "Fucking Hamish."
Okay.
That may be the episode title. Fucking Hamish.
So, all right. So you guys have experienced a little bit of what it's going to be like going forward for your feeding and stuff, the type of places that you'll go and so forth, and the things that
it's only going to get worse from here, guys.
Right?
Yep.
Do you guys try to? Where are you gonna go? You're gonna go back to Nigel's
for now,
for the evening after today.
Maybe like the night of the seal. Yes, but then we'll find. I would say we should find an alternate to have ready just in case. We don't even need to stay there, but maybe set up a couple places just in case.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think? I like backups. I think that's my thing. And I like having more than one place to hide in case something is compromised.
Yeah, so a series of safe houses then.
Yeah. Okay. So with that in mind, it is 10:58. So this is a good place to wrap for the night.
Okay.
Uh-oh.